So every opportunity out there, whether it's, I think, virtual or in person, is, to me, it's all about connecting. And, that old adage that we've all heard, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I always take it a step further and say, it's not really who you know, it's who knows you. In today's social media world, like you collectively, all of us, like, know a lot of people, but do they really know you? Can they help you get from where you are to where you want to go? And that's what I do literally all day, every day. In fact, right before this, I had a call with three just like crazy smart dental students out of Michigan who are building a software that I can't really talk about, but it's holy cow. Good on them for conceptualizing this, because you have those aha moments. You're like, oh man, that's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that? And my job today with them was to really listen and see, like, okay, what's their vision? And then say, all right, who are the best 10 people I know who can help move the needle for them? Because, I'm not that guy. I'm not a software guy, but in 28 years and with everything I've done with Ignite, like, you meet all the right people in the industry. So it's really a cool gift to be able to sit down one-on-one, one-on-three, one-on 200 people in a room and know who the right next people, the who's they need to meet to get where they want to go. Because everybody gets so hung up on, like, well, how do I do this? I don't know. If you know the right people, they're going to show you how to do it, as opposed to you and I trying to figure out this how-to game, which if you're anything like me, takes like 10 more years than you think it's supposed to take. So
that is so cool that those students are doing that. I mean, I think that is, when you think of an idea like that, you have to really look in the mirror and say, am I solving a problem here? Is this something that everyone could use? Is this a major pain point problem solver? And then if you find something like that, bring it to other people, test it out, talk about it, and then try to take that idea and make it happen into something. I think that's great what they're doing.
it's so cool. And I'll say it out loud here in case anybody listening and is thinking this, like, the first piece of advice that comes to my mind, and Eric, I know it comes to your mind too, because you have, history in this stuff, is never have a conversation with anyone without a non-disclosure agreement. So literally, these guys, I met them in Orlando at a conference. I was judging a competition. That's how I met them and a few other people. And the short story was, they're like, oh, could we get on a Zoom call? I'm like, absolutely, but send me an NDA first. They're like, but you kind of know the idea. I'm like, but I'm sadly here to tell you that I'm the 1 out of 10 guy who wants to help you, but the other 9 want to take all the stuff you worked really hard on. So send me one anyway, because for peace of mind, you guys should always feel protected and insulated. And it was interesting because you could see the looks on their faces of how many people they've spoken to already without one. I'm like, okay, so you're going to see exactly what you're talking about built by 8 other people. Now it's a race.
Yeah. Wow.
Scary.
Better late than never to start, creating that NDA and sending it out. And I think that is great advice, because I also think if you have an NDA ready and you have something that you think is a great idea, you're going to get someone else's attention, because it sounds even more powerful when you before I give you this information, I need you to sign an NDA, and that's going to spark someone's attention too. That means you're serious.